Well, maybe some friends and family members who are sick of talking about the issues. Many find this time of year very difficult to navigate. Therapist and author Amy Arvary joins us now to tell us how to make that happen. And Amy, what do we do in this time? I have very close family members who are voting for a different person than myself, and it makes me not like them.
Yes, it's hard. It's a hard time. It's a hard time that we're in. And because of all of the other circumstances that we've been exposed to for this year, it makes these circumstances seem even bigger and more important to a lot of people. And certainly that can heat us easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, maintaining those relationships are very important and tricky. Sure.
Yeah.
Amy Rutledge just mentioned, extended family having difference of opinions. I think a lot of us have that. Within a marriage, though, we do these segments. We talk about people in a marriage having different political views. It's almost so foreign for me to believe that is possible. Do you actually see a lot of couples that are on opposite sides of the voting spectrum that still somehow make it work?
Very few. And it's important to remember that politics probably and maybe did not pull you together, right? Maybe that wasn't the thing that made you fall in love with that person. So during these times, it's really important to tap into those things that can remind you to feel good about that person that you want to feel good about.
I'm curious if before this presidency, if you saw it, because I could see it much more easily before now. People of being from different political backgrounds being together. Now, I don't see it happening. Have you seen a difference between then and now?
Yeah, definitely. There's more people involved now. It seems more people have a voice, and it's a heated voice wherever they stand on whatever issue is at hand. And there's not a lot of civil dialogue. There's not a lot of question asking and patience. There's a lot of needing to be right. And unfortunately, we're given a lot of different information. So I have clients that just simply believe completely different things than maybe their spouse or their husband because of the information that they're getting. So they might feel the same way about a lot of things, but they're missing the boat because they just need to use the language that they've learned and fight the battle they think that they are. It's tricky.
So this is where I struggle because, like I said, ours were really close family friends. It's to a point that the things that they believe in now that we are aware of and that we even now, I've actually said to my husband, I'm like, I don't think we can be friends with them anymore. Does that happen, or am I jumping the fence?
It happens. It definitely happens. There are long-term relationships, mothers and sons and spouses, children and adults, absolutely severed by political thoughts and beliefs. Absolutely. And that's your choice. You can rank your political views, which really affect everything, right? However high you want, or you can step aside and look at something else. We have that option. Sometimes it's best to step away because it does filter into every part of our lives. And stepping away allows you to not proceed in a way you don't want to, saying things you don't want to, being the cause of some bad part of that relationship. So removing yourself could be really helpful.
You mentioned ranking there. Is that something you advise people doing, to rank their priorities and then make decisions based on that?
Well, in life, I think that's what we're supposed to do, right? We all follow a set of values, and our values are what lead us through the day. That's how we make our decisions. That's how we decide what to do or what not to do, how to behave or not to behave. So certainly some things may be more important to one person than another, or to you. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We only have a few seconds left before we wrap, but do you think it's worth putting in the effort to try to find common ground?
I think it depends on the relationship. Absolutely. It depends on what the relationship was like prior to. And if it's salvageable, and if you feel like those pieces are important in your life moving forward, then absolutely, perhaps have a dialogue and agree to just avoid the comments and the dialogue about that, right? And see how that works. Otherwise, step away. Maybe the best thing to salvage the relationship afterwards.
God, I'm so bad at not saying something. Amy, thank you so much.
It's so hard. Consider it a moment of growth when you don't. It's a moment of growth, right? That's it. That's it. That's what it's about.
And that's
I
why she's
literally
a
thought
therapist.
it's much easier just to not be friends anymore.
Yeah, right? That's
Probably
the best thing to do.
true. It's
All
true.
right. Thanks, Amy. Find more from Amy on Twitter at amyarverycs.com is where you can find more info on her book, Limitless Coaching and Mediations. And if you have not yet registered to vote, still time to do so before the October deadline. It is easy, and CW Chicago is here to help. Visit CW26chicago.com, click on the Vote 2020 banner to start the process and get your voice heard.